Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing my very first hair tutorial. Full disclosure, I am no hairstylist. This is just what works for me. This actually might scare some hairstylists out there, but you've asked for it. This is definitely what I've been asked the very most is how do I curl my hair? So if you are interested in these big, voluminous, beachy mermaid waves, kind of a blown out Victoria's Secret looking curl, then keep watching. Okay, so this is my super straight, very fine, but very long. It's fine, but I have a lot of it. Straight hair. This is just how I blow dried it. I don't even like blow it out or anything like that. I'm not that fancy. I just blow dry it and it dries completely straight. It is really oily and, like I said, very fine. And so that is gonna play a big part in how I do this step-by-step curling, because this is what works for my hair. I have actually never watched anybody else curl their hair or really gotten that many tips on how to do it. I do something that my stylist told me to do, but it might scare a lot of people, so this isn't for the faint of heart, but let's get started. So first things first, I'm gonna start off with some dry shampoo. Now, I am going to be using the Moroccan dry shampoo for dark tones today. However, my absolute very favorite is the Dry Bar Detox Dry Shampoo. I'm just out of it. So this is what we're going to use for today. So the way I like to do this is I like to part my hair in a bunch of little parts. Spray in the dry shampoo. This can needs a good shake. And spray the dry shampoo directly at my roots. And I will just keep kind of parting it like you see all the way across the top. And then I'm gonna go across the back of my hair. So I'm just gonna run my nails across the back. Like I said, my hair is really oily and fine, so it's easy for me to part it and separate it, going over each kind of spot. And then last but not least, the very top little crown of my head here. Okay, so now once all of my dry shampoo is in, I shampoo my hair like you're supposed to. So if I was in my bathroom, I wonder how foggy it is. Is it foggy on this camera now? I wonder if there's like a dry shampoo cloud. There's a dry shampoo cloud here in person, let me just tell you. And in my bathroom, there is always a dry shampoo cloud. I'm tasting it right now. But I am just gonna kind of run my fingertips all across my scalp and kind of work in that dry shampoo. If I was in my bathroom, I would probably throw my head over and kind of just shampoo it. I throw my head over a lot when doing my hair. One of my friends is gonna laugh when watching this because I scare her. She thinks I'm gonna hit my head all the time, but I throw my head over a lot, but I like teasing it and doing things upside down because I feel like it gives it more volume. And you guys are gonna learn I am all about volume. Okay, and now for the scary part. I put my hairspray in before I curl my hair. I know that might be a little bit scary to some of you guys, but my hair is so oily, it's so fine, so naturally straight that my curls just fall out so quickly, so easily. It doesn't even take an hour. And by putting my hairspray in first, I've had amazing results and my curls totally last. Today I'm going to use the Moroccan Luminous Hairspray. This is in a strong finish and I've actually been super impressed with this. I'm going to just spray it all over. This was a recommendation from a friend of mine. She has gorgeous hair, so of course, oh my goodness, this cloud. She has gorgeous hair, so of course I listen to everything she recommends as far as hair products, and I'm loving this hairspray. I love it because it does a really great job of holding the curls in, but my hair doesn't ever feel crunchy, even though it says it's a strong hold. My hair is still very soft. I know that it's made by Moroccan oil, but it does a really good job of keeping the hair conditioned and soft feeling while still keeping that strong hold. And then since I have so much hair, just like we did with the dry shampoo, I'm gonna actually part it kind of in half. I'm gonna flip this part over my face and cover this kind of in-between layer and hairspray a little. So now that it is all completely covered in hairspray, we're just gonna brush it out. Don't ask me what this hairbrush is because I have absolutely no idea. The name has worn off, and my husband grabbed this while I was out of town because I had lost all of our hairbrushes. I forgot to mention this guy at the very beginning. I said I didn't have anything in my hair and I didn't have anything as far as curling it, but I did put this guy in my hair. So this is the Kenra Platinum Blow Dry Spray. The way I understand it is a heat protectant that you put in your hair wet, but it's also a detangler. It's kind of like a smoother, reduces blow dry spray up to 50%. Provides intense thermal defense up to 428 degrees, resists humidity, but it really helps detangle my hair. And I didn't think I had tangly hair until I started using this. And now I don't like brushing my hair without this in it. It really does an amazing job at everything it claims. This was in my hair to start because I sprayed this in before I blow dried. Okay, and now for my curling wand. I am so nervous I'm going to burn myself with this thing, just waving it around, looking at a camera. Anyways, this is a curling wand that I've had forever from a brand called Remington. And my friends are going to laugh at me because they ask me all the time what I use to curl my hair. And I work in the industry. I know there's so many amazing options out there. There's so many really pretty curling wands that, like, the aesthetics alone make me want to spend hundreds because they're so pretty. But this Remington curling wand, I always go back to. And this is my go-to pretty much everyday curling wand. I've tried a few others. I have a drawer full of other curling wands. Seriously, I need to be careful. I'm going to burn myself. But this guy just does amazing. I hope they still sell it so that I can link it in the description box below for you guys. But there's not even like a temperature, so I can't even tell you what temp I do. But I have it turned all the way up. Power's on, heating up. And I think this is just a 1-inch barrel all the way down. And I will say that is the most important part of this curling wand part, is that it is a 1-inch barrel. And so what we're gonna do is I just kind of section off a piece of my hair. And with every section, I split it in half and do a top and a bottom section. And then I curl away from my face. So I'm gonna hold my curling wand here. Sorry, I have to look into this mirror and not into the camera. And then when wrapping the hair, I keep it totally flat, and usually I leave a good bit out. Since this is a fine piece of hair, I'm not going to hold that curl in very long, but I am wrapping it away from my face. I am keeping the hair smooth as I wrap it, and I leave a good bit of the end out. And then I hold it in my hand for probably 30 seconds or so, 10 seconds, just to kind of let it set and cool before I release it. So you can see that these curls are really tight, like Curly Sue curls. But the reason I do that, and I do it with a small 1-inch wand, is because the tighter these curls are, the longer these curls are going to last. So I'm just gonna repeat that, kind of split it in half. And then I go right up to my root, put the wand curl away from my face, and keep the hair, I hope you can see, totally flat while wrapping it. Compared to, I've seen some people where you'll grab the piece and then you just wrap like crazy, like this. And when doing this, it can get like kind of twisted up around there, and it'll give you a different type of curl. I like those really soft, flowy waves, so I want the hair to stay smooth the whole time I wrap it. I don't want it to get jumbled up. I want it to kind of stay flat, is another way I guess I could say it. And then leave out that big chunk of the ends. And I like to change it up with a different amount of ends left out each time. You leave the ends straight because that really does give it a more messy, beachy look to it. So wrapping, leaving those ends out. You could even, if your hair isn't as straight as mine, you could even go back over your ends and flat iron them a little bit. I luckily don't have to do that part, but the straight ends and the different like textures you get, because like this, obviously that end was really long, and then this is almost curled all the way to the end. That texture gives you kind of that beachy look. And I do curl from the front of my face back on both sides. You'll see me do it. I'm taking very small sections and I'm holding them here for, I don't know, 15 to 20 seconds. And I wish I could tell you what temperature this curling wand was on so you kind of had a better idea, but probably about 15 to 20 seconds, then just hold it for a second or two. Kind of let it set a little bit more. Okay, hopefully they're looking really tight and curly Sue-like to you. Now we're gonna get started on the other side. Again, I'm just gonna section off a little piece, split it in half, kind of top and bottom. With my bangs, I like to brush them forward. And then again, just curling away from the face. This is hard to do with this little mirror, but pulling more forward. And letting it cool for a second before we let go of it. Usually I get my next piece of hair. I'm not even looking to see what you guys can see. If your hair is just so naturally straight that it's working against you and even this won't keep the curl, then I have another suggestion for you. When you let go of the curl, I wish I had brought one in here so I could show you guys. You would use a little like flat hair clip. You can grab them at any beauty supply place, and you would kind of wind this curl back up. I just stuck my finger in the curl and then you would clip it. And you can leave them clipped until they're completely cool to the touch. I'm kind of halfway doing that by catching the curl for a second and letting it cool, kind of curled up. But you could get those little clips. You could clip each individual curl until they are completely cool to the touch. And then you could let them out. And if you did that, they would really set in. The longer you let them set, the longer that curl is gonna last. Once it is all curled, I like to look back, and if there is a piece like this guy here, where I just feel like it has fallen out a bit too much, you can kind of see how straight that is, then I can go back and touch up some of those. So I know this tutorial is for Beachy Mermaid waves, but this is the key. Doing these really tight curls, letting them cool is the key to getting them not only to last you all day, but maybe even 2 to 3 days. I definitely rock mine for a few days, and I love that. I don't always have all the time in the world to recurl my hair and get those perfect beachy waves. So the great thing is when you let these curls set like this, the longer the better, the longer they're going to last in your hair. So what my usual routine would be to do these steps so far, get my hair completely curled. I usually do my makeup first, but that's because old habits die hard. If you could do this and then do your makeup, even better. But I do my makeup, curl my hair like this, and then I let them cool. I go get dressed, get ready for the rest of the day. If I'm driving to work, I let them kind of stay like this until that opportune moment, until that perfect moment when you shake them out. So the next product we're gonna go into is my Kenra Platinum Dry Texture Spray. I'm a big fan of texture sprays. Actually, I really should have it here, and I don't have it with me right now, so I will just put a little picture of it over here maybe. But I really love the Big Sexy Hair. I think it's called Powder Play, and it's a powder you would shake into your roots or into all your hair, and it gives it like a teasing effect without having to tease your roots. That's a favorite, but I use this every single time. Just sometimes I use both because the bigger the hair, the closer to Jesus. So what I'm gonna do is just totally cover my hair in this Kenra Dry Texture Spray. Whew! And it's time for the magical flip. So flip your hair forward, shake it out a little if you need to, and flip it back. It's kind of like the bend and snap from Miss Elle Woods, one of my favorite movies. You should have some really amazing big volume now with that texture spray in there. But what I'm gonna do is basically just run my hands through the curls. So you should really be able to see that they just kind of look like waves now. I love this look, and I'm telling you I can rock this look for a couple days. So let me show you how I do that. My last little tip for you guys. I told you in one of my last YouTube videos that I love these L. Erickson ponytail holders, and here is the secret to how I get my curls to last 2 or 3 days. Honestly, it's more like 3 or 4 days. So I cannot sleep with all this hair all over me and Mike. I just can't. I don't want it all in my face or his, so I have to sleep with my hair up. I told you in the last video, these L. Ericksons. If you haven't watched my last video, it's called Summer Lovin'. Go into more detail about those guys. But these ponytails don't leave a crease in my hair. Going up real high on the crown of my head here. So I twist it around my finger. So it's in one nice big twist. So it's gonna sleep in this big twist that is going to help those curls set even more. So this is how I sleep. And when I wake up in the morning and let out this ponytail, I still have big pretty waves. Now that they are all shaken out, you can see that these are my big, voluminous, beachy mermaid waves. Kind of a little bit of a Victoria's Secret curl in there too, maybe. But that was that for my first hair tutorial, guys. If you had any questions while watching this video that you thought of, or maybe you want to know what other hair products or hair tips and tricks I might have, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will be so happy to answer your questions. I hope you learned a little something new when you go to get your own little beachy waves going. If you have hair similar to mine, then definitely try maybe putting the hairspray in first. Try using a texture spray. It helps so much. I'm going to link below that big sexy hair powder play that I use as well. Even though I didn't have that to show you guys, I will definitely link it down below for you. And before you leave, if you loved this video, make sure to click that little subscribe button for me. And if you really want to be so extra, click the little bell icon too, and it will notify you every time we go live with a new video. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.